Hello, NBA fans. Every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I ask for your help by subscribing to the channel and giving me your thumbs up. Despite the great season the Lakers are having, they have had rotation problems. A player who has stood out in the G League in November 2025, he was named G League Player of the Week after a remarkable performance with the South Bay Lakers, where he scored 30.0 points, 7.0 rebounds, and 4.7 assists. Despite the great season the Lakers are having, they have faced rotation problems. One player who stood out in the G League in November 2025 was Drew Timm, who was named G League Player of the Week after a remarkable performance with the South Bay Lakers, where he scored 30.0 points, 7.0 rebounds, and 4.7 assists. It is being suggested that the Lakers give the player a two-way contract or a roster contract and upgrade the center position. Drew Timm is athletic and 6 feet 2 inches tall and can greatly help the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers have dealt with injuries throughout the early portion of the season. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves have both missed time, while LeBron James still has yet to make his season debut as he works his way back from a back injury. Gabe Vincent, who has been sidelined for 11 straight games with an ankle issue, has finally been cleared to return to action tonight. While the NBA roster has struggled to stay healthy, the organization's G League affiliate has stepped up in a major way. The South Bay Lakers have showcased impressive depth behind the standout play of former Gonzaga star Drew Timm, who was named the G League Player of the Week for the period of November 7 to 16. During that span, Timm helped lead South Bay to 3 wins while averaging 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 4.7 assists per game. Timm built a national reputation at Gonzaga, where he became one of the most decorated players in program history. He earned All-America honors 3 times and won WCC Player of the Year twice while helping the Bulldogs remain a perennial title contender. Since turning pro, Timm has played for 4 G League teams: the Wisconsin Herd, Stockton Kings, Long Island Nets, and now South Bay. His strong showing last season with Long Island led to a 10-day contract with the Brooklyn Nets, where he impressed in limited action. In 9 NBA appearances, he averaged 12.1 points and 7.2 rebounds, showing he could produce at the highest level. If Timm continues his elite start with South Bay, he may soon draw serious consideration for another NBA call-up, potentially even from the injury-stricken Lakers themselves. Luka Doncic drops 37 as LeBron James returns, lifts Lakers over Jazz in high-scoring thriller. Luka Doncic continued his historic start to the season as the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Utah Jazz 140-126 on Tuesday night. Entering the matchup, Doncic was averaging 34.4 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 8.9 assists, a level no player had ever reached through 10 games. With LeBron James returning at full strength for the debut of his record 23rd NBA season, the Lakers delivered one of their most electric performances of the year. James finished with 12 assists and 11 points on efficient shooting, while Doncic poured in 37 points along with 5 rebounds and 10 assists. The win moved the Lakers to 11-4, marking their best start in 5 seasons. Utah put up an intense fight behind standout efforts from Keontae George with 34 points and 8 assists, and Lauri Markkanen with 31 points. The Jazz led 71-67 at halftime, but the Lakers responded with a dominant third quarter. Doncic erupted for 17 points in the period, sparking a 21-5 run that flipped the game. The surge featured a tough-and-one finish from Luka, a Jackson Hayes putback through contact, and a LeBron laser pass to Gabe Vincent to beat the buzzer. The Lakers turned a 4-point deficit into an 11-point lead entering the fourth, and they held control the rest of the way. Doncic now has 7 games with 35 or more points, the most in the league, and is averaging 34.6 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 9 assists through 11 games. LeBron delivered his second career points and assists double-double in a season debut, highlighted by 2 no-look passes to DeAndre Ayton, who posted 20 points and 14 rebounds. Austin Reeves added 26 points on efficient shooting as Los Angeles scored a season high in the win. Needed to eviscerate the Lakers skeptics. The Los Angeles Lakers superstar immediately quieted the naysayers in his season debut. Questions of fit, chemistry, etc. that surrounded LeBron James leading up to his season debut were all immediately dismantled by the Los Angeles Lakers superstar. It's not just that James put on a clinic. The type of clinic felt personal. The Lakers pulled away from the Utah Jazz in the second half of their Tuesday night matchup, winning the game by a comfortable final score of 140-126. James orchestrated the offense with a game-high 12 assists, only turning the ball over one time. It was the main attraction in his double-double performance, 11 points, to kick off a record-breaking 23rd year in the NBA. There were some concern that James would upset the balance and foundation of what Los Angeles was building. The Lakers superstar thought that was a silly notion before the night, and LeBron, similarly, had a good chuckle after the game too. James said, "I said it was yesterday's practice, post-practice, I can fit in with anybody. I don't even understand why that was even a question. What's wrong with these people out here? I can fit in right away with anybody." LeBron James immediately fit like a glove in his Lakers debut. Rewind to Lakers training camp, the organization was just finding out that James' injury would force him to miss time. Austin Reeves, who has been teammates with LeBron for years, was not concerned about the implications of that for Los Angeles. Reeves highlighted the basketball mind of James as something that would help him keep pace with the team even if he was not out there on the court, training with them personally. The Lakers guard was right on the money with that assessment. Austin Reeves says LeBron James' high basketball IQ will allow the Lakers to build conceptually during preseason even if James isn't participating in live reps as much as he ramps up from a glut issue. James, himself, hinted at that vital component as well in his post-game comments. The all-time great discussed watching his teammates for the first 14 games, and figuring out where to position himself so he could help the group. It feels safe to say that mystery was solved. I still follow James wherever he goes on the basketball court. That was a big part of the equation mentioned by the 40-year-old when it came to how his orchestration of the offense was able to take shape against the Jazz. One of the biggest areas that was always bound to receive a boost from LeBron was the turnover department. The Lakers had struggled with their turnover percentage without him. While there was still some erraticism overall, it was a different feeling when James was dicing up defenses. It was just one basketball game. However, it took no on-court games for critics to create the negativity. It feels fair for James to dispel it with a single night by contrast. LeBron James' return to LA Lakers vs Jazz already proves big impact on Austin Reeves. LeBron James finally made his season debut for the Los Angeles Lakers against the Utah Jazz on Tuesday night. James had missed the entire preseason and the Lakers' first 14 regular season games due to a sciatica problem. He played almost 30 minutes on his return, putting up 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 12 assists in a 140-126 victory. The biggest talking point before the game was whether James' introduction to the starting lineup would hamper Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves. And while the Lakers' starting backcourt combined for 63 points, Reeves definitely had to adjust to playing alongside James again. LeBron James' return sees Austin Reeves' playmaking decline. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves have been the driving force behind the Lakers' 11-4 start to the season. Doncic is in the MVP race, averaging almost a 35-point triple-double, while Austin Reeves should be in All-NBA conversations. Year 23 LeBron James has regressed to prime Magic Johnson, the King makes season debut. Reeves is scoring more than 28 points per game as the Lakers' second option, the 9th most in the league. The 27-year-old's playmaking has also been impressive, as his 8.2 assists per game is 2.4 higher than his career best average, 5.8. However, the Lakers' victory over the Jazz proved that Reeves will no longer be required to create for others at the same rate. James reminded NBA fans that he is still arguably the best passer in the league, with 12 assists on his return. Meanwhile, Reeves had only 1 assist against the Jazz, suggesting that he will be an out-and-out scorer for the Lakers from now on. JJ Redick finally has full LA Lakers roster available. LeBron James wasn't the only absent Lakers player recently. Gabe Vincent missed several games with an ankle sprain. Both players return to the team against the Utah Jazz, as head coach J.J. Redick now has his full roster available. Redick decided to keep Rui Hachimura in the starting lineup and drop Marcus Smart, a move that could be changed throughout the season. The Lakers bench looks much stronger either way, with Jake LaRavia also contributing plenty to the second unit. Lakers broadcasters under fire for claiming Luka Doncic is faking an injury and only busy complaining to officials. The Lakers faced the Jazz in what was LeBron James' season debut for the franchise. While all eyes in the arena were fixed on LeBron, a significant number of their fans were also watching on their TV and League Pass broadcasts at home. And they seemed to have seen something at the game that did not sit well with them. During the second quarter, Austin Reaves threw a lob for Luka Doncic, which he failed to convert as a Jazz player fell on him, and he lost his balance and collapsed on the floor with him. After the play ended, Doncic was seen limping back to the other side of the court while complaining to the officials about the lack of a foul called on the play. Lakers broadcasters Bill McDonald and Stu Lance were also covering the game live at the time. "Luka's limping a little bit at the other end, and he might be holding his knee a little bit," said Bill McDonald, the Lakers play-by-play announcer during the broadcast. "Did he hit his knees? Did they hit legs? I think he's more upset that he didn't get the call," said Lance after McDonald's observation. "I do too," agreed McDonald. "As he comes down, a little bit of contact with the defender, but that can be serious," acknowledged Lance. He landed awkwardly without question," McDonald further added. "What a good play by George, he read that play all the way," said Lance in praise of Jazz's Keontae George for his defense on Luka. "Luka is still holding his left knee, but I think you're right, Stu, he's more complaining to the officials than wanting to take himself out of the game," said McDonald as play resumed. This exchange between the Lakers broadcasters did not sit well with fans at home, who felt that the Lakers broadcasters were being biased against their own team and thus not doing their work properly. Stu Lance is negative about Luka Doncic the whole game, every single game. Hasn't said a single negative thing about any Lakers player other than him tonight. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Clown show. Bro, Stu Lance is such an op. No announcers get more excited when the other team scores than Bill McDonald and Stu Lance. Just dreadful. Does Stu Lance hate the Lakers or what? I swear, every game it seems like he's rooting for every call to be against them. Will Stu Lance and Bill ever be in favor of the Lakers on a foul call? Hear every other team's commentators be bias AF to their teams every day is kinda annoying. Several such reactions flooded the internet as the Lakers broadcasters came under fire from fans. Doncic resumed playing normally and finished the half with 20 points, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Clearly, it wasn't a serious injury. With a few minutes left in the final quarter, Doncic already has 37 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals in the game. He does not deserve to be criticized like this when he is carrying the team's offensive load on a nightly basis, as he now leads the league in scoring as well. Considering what the opposing defenses resort to stop him from scoring, in my opinion, he is allowed some room to complain to the officials about the physicality on the floor. And no team should be subject to seeing their own superstar criticized by their own broadcasters, who are supposed to hype up their plays even more. LeBron James' favorite new target isn't Luka Doncic or Austin Reaves. Kirby Lee, 2025 November 18. The Los Angeles Lakers finally got their wish in Tuesday night's 140-126 win against the Utah Jazz when LeBron James made his highly anticipated season debut. James officially entered season 23, making him the only player in NBA history to accomplish such a milestone. James capped off his night in a more unique way than fans are used to seeing, dropping 11 points and 12 assists across 30 minutes of action. Despite some in the Lakers community worrying that his return would hinder the offense, especially given the recent scoring explosions from Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves, LeBron continued to silence the haters in what turned out to be a more than eventful night. For those wondering who LeBron's main target was throughout his 12 assists, the answer isn't who you'd think. Reaves, Jackson Hayes, and Gabe Vincent were only responsible for 1 assist each, while Vincent notched 2. Jake LaRavia managed to come in second with 3, leaving DeAndre Ayton atop the list, as he was on the receiving end of 4 of James' dimes. James connected with Ayton on several plays inside the paint, delivering shovel passes to the cutting big man for electrifying dunks. The Lakers' offseason goal wasn't just to surround Doncic with a lob-threat finisher, they wanted to give LeBron one, too. Ayton joked post-game about being James' #1 target, once again giving fans a reminder of LeBron's incredible longevity. "I was telling him a fun fact, he threw me an alley-oop and I told him, that's my second alley-oop from you. The first one was when I was in the 8th grade at your camp." It's clear as day that LeBron's return to the starting lineup was never going to interfere with the Lakers' plans for success. Doncic still managed to record 10 assists on his own, while Reeves poured in 26 points. James' scoring may have taken a step back, but he still found ways to be impactful without putting up big numbers. James would also joke with reporters post-game when someone mentioned he played against 7 different players who weren't even born when he debuted. "That just made my back hurt. I got a few days before we play again, so I'll be okay." Needless to say, the King has been around for quite some time, and he looks determined to make this season another good one in Los Angeles.